up, guys, and welcome back to our Microsoft Flight Simulator career. Today, we are going to be continuing on our rotorcraft journey, and we are going to be getting our turbine engine rating. So this is going to be a better power-to-weight ratio than piston engines, and features increased carrying capacity and coping better with hot, humid, and high-altitude environments. So basically, this is the next step. From there, we can go into hook, hoist, and transport pilot endorsements, which is obviously very exciting. Now, our last in the first episode with helicopters did not go that well, and that's because of this thing. So a lot of people were really confused. Let's go full screen here. Basically, this is one of the cheaper sticks that you can get. It's the Thrustmaster HOTAS 1 or something like that. I've had this for years and years and years, and it's so nice because it's literally just plug into your computer and you can play. I've got better sticks. They take longer to set up. I'm sure there are other options out there. This is not sponsored, but basically the problem is this is kind of set up for playing. So like you can see when you push the stick to the right, it automatically bounces back to the left. It's just way too stiff. Now, Microsoft actually sent me another one of these with the release of Flight Simulator. I've had it in my closet, and lucky for me, basically you can, on the bottom, there's like a resistance meter that you can turn, and even if you go all the way to the lowest setting, it's still not enough. It's still super stiff. So if you go into that, you take it apart, you take the whole back plate off, you can remove the spring. And now look at this thing. You see how it flops? Like if I have it like this and I move it back to the left, I mean, it's not perfect. It's got a little bit of resistance, but it's much more floppy, and you can kind of mimic a little bit more of a cyclic. Ultimately, eventually, I would like to have like a really nice flight setup, and I'm going to work on doing research on what I should get. But this should help us out. I did do the test hover, and it seemed to be a lot easier, so we'll see what happens. So we're going to be tested on turbine engines. You know, based on what we saw out of that last episode, I would definitely give myself more horsepower. All right, now this is what I'm talking about. We've got a much bigger bird here. Definitely has a lot more horsepower, a lot more going on. Look at this, man. All right, so we've got our rotor cover, which it looks like that. It's blade socks that are tied down to the skids. Interesting. So we can remove the rotor cover. Looks like we've got engine covers as well. Got an open tail rotor here, which is really dangerous. You never want to walk around the backside of a helicopter. Looks like we've got a static port cover down there. And here's our pitot cover up top. All right. So we can go ahead and hop in this bad boy, and I am very, very excited to see what we can do. Let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. Ooh. She just looks so much more intense. All right, so we've got a loose stick now, which is nice.
My job is to make sure that you're able to handle the power output and handling characteristics of a turbine helicopter. You will be flying the Airbus H-125 today, a turbine helicopter powered by the Safran Ariel 2D engine, delivering over 850 shaft horsepower. Don't let the power figures get to your head. You clearly have what it takes to handle this helicopter.
Are you sure, sir?
Calm. Channel what you've learned in your rotorcraft training, and the certification is in the bag. And a pro tip, try not to get too distracted by the scenery.
I'll do my best. All right, so we're going to request our taxi clearance here. I didn't know Boeing made helicopters. That's cool. So we've got all of our gauges and screens and everything. Going to try to make as much sense of it as possible, but honestly, it kind of feels like a feeling thing. There's so much going on. You're constantly moving everything. I'm just going to go for feel, and we're just going to hope for the best. All right. I mean, I'm just so well versed. I've got hundreds of thousands of hours on a piston engine. I should be fine. All right. Here we go, baby. This is it. Wish me luck. Add a little bit to our arm here. Gonna try to take this thing off. Little by little. Give her a little bit. Start leaning forward. Ooh, okay. See, our hover is already a lot better. Just a nice, easy walking pace is what they wanted out of us, right? At least in our last training. I will say this, the spring fix that we did not fix our throttle. The other problem is the throttle has a soft stop at 50%, so you kind of have to fight it to go past 50, and then it kind of like auto puts you up to like 55, 60, so you don't have like a nice smooth cyclic lever. Oh. As you can see there, I was trying to back it down to like 55 and it went all the way to 50, but it's fine. We're gonna make do with what we have. I'll get a better setup eventually. Obviously, it's all about like slow, even movements. So anything that's not slow and even is not good. All right, so we're gonna confirm our takeoff. And we're gonna, okay. And we're gonna go for our initial climb, which it looks like is gonna be over here. You should probably look around you to make sure you're going the right way, but here we go, baby. Dude, we are doing so much better than what we were before. Keeping her nice and straight. Crosswind end is gonna be over here. Eventually, we are gonna be whipping this thing, dude. We're gonna be able to fly this and put it anywhere we want. This is absolutely amazing. Although the view in here, like the pilot POV is not nearly as good. So we're just gonna do a little rotation here, and obviously the landing is gonna be one of the harder parts. Made it to our crosswind end, our downwind end. We're gonna announce a full stop landing to ATC. We're gonna be turning
Tower, November 5105.
over to the right.
1800 Fort to land.
Reduce a little bit of cyclic.
November 51054, Queenstown Tower. QNH 101 tree, enter right traffic helipad 1.
Enter right
firm.
traffic helipad 1054.
We're gonna bring her back around this way. Dude, this is amazing. Watch out for the crane, Trevor. I can 100% see us hitting that. We're gonna make our approach to our helipad, and this is where things get a little bit sketchy, so let's try to be smart about it. Hold on a second. Slow it down. We gotta get to a point. Good save. Good save. Good save, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Obviously not the nicest, most even approach, but the fact that we just stopped ourselves from slamming into the ground and hurting ourselves is really good. All right, we're just gonna walk the dog in here. Dude, those stops are gonna take a lot of practice for sure. But all right, we made it back to the helipad. Holy cow, skip to the shutdown. That was actually not bad. I'm impressed. Go ahead and shut this thing down. Did I do good enough, sir? Apply our rotor brake. It never works. Gotta mainly apply this thing. It'd be fun to pull that. Engine shut down. How we do, sir? Please tell me I got my my turbine rating, because I really need it. I don't know if I've earned it, but I really need it, all right? Come on, dude. Come on. His eyes are all glossed over. Absolutely terrified. Nearly crying. Tried to call his wife on the way down. Was really worried about it. And then we just threw that cyclic into gear and got it done.
Wow, that was impressive. Congratulations on getting your turbine engine rating.
Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, 100% pattern, 96% path, 67% handling, 100% there. That is an A. We got an A, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just need a limp noodle. I'm gonna make sure I tell Chelsea that. Sometimes you can work a little bit more with something limp than stiff. So I gotta be honest. I really wanted to save this one for last, but I'm really excited about this one. I've wanted to do the search and rescue mission since I first saw that it was going to be an option in this game. So I don't want to wait any longer. We just have to go for the hoist endorsement. Looks like this is going to be a rescue on a mountain somewhere. Finding a climber allows pilots to operate helicopter equipment with a hoist system crucial to search and rescue operations. So we're going to get our hoist rating, 12,500 credits down the drain. And let's see. Opens the door to your participation as the pilot in command in search and rescue. Around the globe, helicopters play an integral part in locating, retrieving, and transporting injured citizens, from coast guards to mountain rescuers to medical services. It is thanks to the use of rotorcraft that the response time and efficiency of these services has dramatically increased over the years. You'll be flying a simulated rescue operation at Gob Lake in the French Alps. So, yeah, I mean, you got to think, without helicopters, stuff like this just would not exist. You're not going to get a plane to a place like this. A plane can fly to an airport, and then you got to get that person down off the mountain to the airport. A helicopter can literally pick them up off the side of the mountain and offer that life-saving care.
Test before your first flights as a proper SAR helicopter pilot in command. We will be simulating a standard rescue operation by locating and then hoisting a target into the rotorcraft. Slowly transition into a hover once you get a clear visual above the target area.
Dude, this is insane.
But the safety of your crew and your target is the most important consideration during the flight and hoist process. Do that, and you'll be well on your way to completing this endorsement.
I'm gonna start practicing adding a little bit more cyclic and then leaning forward a little bit more so we can start working on getting that speed up. But honestly, the problem is the speed is what really hurts us. It makes it a lot harder to be able to slow down. So let's start backing off cyclic. We're just gonna practice within our practice here. Backing off cyclic, backing off, try to get this thing slowed down and kind of let it float a little bit to slow down. There you go. Dude, helicopters are a whole different beast. This is insane. This is infinitely harder. Hover target at 30 feet. I'm trying to take a look at our altitude. Woo! Don't put her in the Drake, Trev. Nope. We're good. We're fine. I mean, this looks to be about 30 feet, right? Here we go. You're not in a rush. You can just do your thing. Maybe a little bit more. The problem is when we push forward, then we start losing altitude, so you got to add more cyclic. But then when we slow down, or add more, what's the word for what puts you up and down? I think I've been calling it cyclic. It's the, I mean, this is floating right now. What is this guy? What is this guy? Collective. Collective is the word I was looking for. Okay, so we need to be up.
Wait until the rotorcraft stabilizes over the target at an altitude of 30 feet before giving the green light to the rescue crew.
So we're gonna try to get up a little bit. I like that we're keeping this thing really, really stiff right now. Okay, so we need 30 feet. I'm just absolutely... The person that we're rescuing here is just getting blown to bits. I don't know where 30 feet is. Right there? To stabilize us here. I feel really bad for the injured person down there that just had hurricane force winds. All the dust and rocks and mayhem that we were causing there. Okay, let me reset our view. Let's go ahead and start the hoist. I mean, I want to watch... I'm getting a phone call. I want to watch this, but I also got to make sure that we're above the target. There we go. That's a good view. Dude, are you freaking kidding me? There's not really a good view to be able to see the action, but I guess me seeing the action is not really what matters. You just got to have a constant... Oh, you can see the shadow going down. Dude, oh, there he is! This is amazing. Oh my God, I've got sweaty palms. Looks like it's coming back up. Let's get a view from this side. Maybe a view from the front. Just keep her nice and steady. They're helping out. Just the view from the back is one of the best ones. View from the front. View from the side. Got him inside. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, this is insane. I cannot believe we actually just succeeded there. All right.
Everyone's inside the helicopter. Target is secure.
More collective.
Let's go. Take us back to the
And flip this thing around.
debrief.
Woo! That was actually a pretty nice little move there, too. Obviously, time is of the essence. You also want to make sure you're keeping it nice and consistent and not, you know, throwing your passengers around when you're in a situation like this. But we're starting to get this. We've got, what, probably 20 minutes of total helicopter flight time under our belt so far. We're eventually going to get to the point where it's going to be pretty good. I can see myself getting really obsessed with this, even more so than the planes. I saw a couple recommendations of different types of sticks and cyclics and stuff like that in the comments. I did some light research. It looked like a lot of them were, you know, 500
performed this
range.
rescue operation like a veteran SAR pilot. Congratulations.
Dude, I love that we're just like banking into turns and stuff. This is insane. Let's freaking go. 100. Bang, baby. Your boy got it done. All right, so it's been about 2 hours since we got our hoist endorsement there. And you would think that after you get your hoist endorsement, you can now do search and rescue missions. Think like a capsized boat and go pick people up, right? Wrong. This game's starting to get a little bit grindy, but to be honest, I kind of like it because we're just going to have to put more time in. So if we go into our rotorcraft specializations, if we were to do search and rescue with a hoist, we need level 20, the hoist, the turbine, which we have everything, and we need 10 search and rescue rotorcraft missions. So we didn't even have access to search and rescue previously because we needed more rotorcraft missions with Sea or above. I think we had to do like 7 or 10 of them. It took a really long time, like I said, about 2 hours. So now we have search and rescue unlocked, and if we do 10 of these, we can unlock hoist. So we're not quite going to get to hoist today, but search and rescue is going to be kind of fun. And I just finished up all of our basic helicopter missions, and I believe we have a specialty gold mission down here in Straya, baby. So Bundara. Laura is lost. She set off alone on a climb in the mountains near Bundara, and the location can't be reached quickly by ground teams. It's a concern. To put our minds at ease, we're launching search and rescue operations in the surrounding mountains. So we've done a search and rescue operation in a plane before, but we have never tried it in a helicopter. Very excited to see what we can do here. We've got somebody up in the mountains. We're going to have to go find them, and hopefully everything's going to be okay. Hurry to search the target location and bring them back safe. Sounds good to me. We're going to be paid $4,000 for this. Looks like we're going to be flying that Boeing helicopter, dude. I was doing so we had to do, I think it was 7 flight seeing missions, and the Robinson that I was using was really tough. It's like super light, super agile, which is nice in some ways, but in other ways it just made it really tough to like control and land nicely and stuff. But we were eventually able to get it done. So here we go, baby. Australia East Lifekeepers. That man looks like a rescue pilot. Got a big old beard on him. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, bro?
Here's a quick recap.
He's got a GoPro on his head. That's an old school GoPro.
Gone missing near MT Hotham
It's like
Mountain,
GoPro 1.
and the location can't be reached quickly by ground teams. The conditions out there are tough, and we haven't heard from her yet. We need to locate her fast. Do a quick
Bro's gonna sit
sortie
in his knees the
and
whole flight?
See if you can spot anything that might help. We'll stay in touch to coordinate the operation. Let's go.
All right, sounds good to me. So we're going to go ahead and announce our taxi.
Yankee Hotel Oscar Tango Traffic Victor Hotel.
We're going to lift
Bravo
this thing
Delta
off.
Delta is taxiing to runway 11.
And we're just going to get a nice slow taxi out of our parking stand, and we're going to work our way over to the edge of the runway. Let's try to get this thing turned. Try not to run into the other aircraft. That was pretty close right there. Watch out for the cars and stuff. I was just going to say, I don't know if we have a taxi speed that we have to follow as a helicopter, but it looks like we do. The good news is all those flight seeing missions, I think your boy is, watch out for a tail strike there, Trev, is starting to get a little bit better with the helicopter. Let me see, this right here was not very good, but we're going to be fine. Switching between the Robinson and this thing and the other option that we have, honestly, they all handle so much differently, so you just got to kind of get a feel for each one. But I'm going to bring her around. Just touch a little skid there. And set her down nicely. Woo! All right, your boy's getting it. Announce our takeoff.
Yankee Hotel Oscar
And
Tango
I think we're going to be going off to the right.
Bravo Delta Delta, taking off runway 11 departure to the north.
Now this is the fun part. I'm just going to cut the corner here. It might get upset with me. Hopefully not. But we were definitely supposed to go to the left. It's fine. The taking off is the fun part because guess what? We're a helicopter. We don't actually need any runway. So we're going to climb up to 4,500 feet, which shouldn't be an issue. They wanted me to go down to the end of the runway and turn around like a plane. That is just ridiculous.
Check it regularly. No news so far, but the family thanks you for your help. They're really worried. We all hope you'll find her quick.
And it looks like the search area is going to be off to the right, 2.87
Clock's ticking.
nautical
We
miles.
better find something quick. You can easily freak out when you're lost and do something irrational.
All right. So we're going to head over to our search area, and I would imagine, I mean, I remember trying to land our search and rescue plane was very difficult. Obviously, planes, you've got more speed. You're kind of going in a straight line. This thing, we're going to be able to get down close to the terrain. We're going to be able to go slow, go fast, kind of do whatever we need to do. So I would imagine this is going to be a bit easier, but we'll see how this goes. Appreciate you hanging with me, bro. Dude, I have a GoPro 1, my first ever GoPro. It's literally, it looks exactly like that. That's crazy. I think if we save this life, I'm making 3K from this, right? I'll upgrade you. I'll get you that new Hero 13 or 14 or whatever we're on. You deserve it for doing stuff like this. So it wants us really high. I wouldn't imagine we want to be high, though. I'm going to go up just in case we need to hit the checkpoint. But we're definitely going to want to look for some bodies down on the ground.
I think the last track was somewhere around here. Her backpack is orange. Could be useful.
So the only information we have, oh, there's some really ominous music going on, is that she's got an orange backpack. Do we have the search area loaded up in our... Ah, it is. Okay, perfect. So we're just going to do some passes here. Dude, it is crazy how hard this would be to spot. I'm hoping she'll have put herself somewhere out in the open where we can kind of see her. I can't wait to do a rescue operation mission, because that's just... This is finding a needle in a haystack, but that's 10 times worse. I feel like my best view is from out of the windshield here. I'm going to try to do a circle around the outside. Oh my gosh, dude, she could be so small. I'm going to try a circle around the outside, and then we're going to try to continue making that circle smaller as we go in. At least the last one that we did, it was a bright, was it a yellow vehicle or an orange vehicle or something? It was like a big Jeep. This, it's literally just a bunch of trees. Dude, she could be down in the valley. I might have to cheat and use the outside a little bit. It's going to be hard enough as is. Helicopters are freaking amazing, bro. Look at the amount of control that we have. We can go anywhere we want at any moment. I'm going to cut back across the middle. Let's just see if we can get the lay of the land here. So we did the west side of the circle. This is so hard. I'm trying to keep an eye out for the open clearings. I would think if I was hurt or something, I would try to get to an open clearing where somebody might be able to see me. Let's go check this one over here. Make sure we keep our speed up. We don't want to get ourselves into any trouble. These mountains could get some weird wind shears and stuff, but yeah, I'd try to get up into something like this, but that's... I think we're kind of making assumptions that don't make sense here, Trev. She could literally be anywhere, and this is a very wide search area. She got like smoke signals she could put up or anything. Flares.
Keep an eye out for a bright orange hiker's gears. It should be easy to locate.
Easy to locate, you said, huh? I don't know if there's anything easy about this. Dude, once you get your collective... Oh! 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 She does have some smoke. Once you get your collective in the right spot... I got her here. This has got to be it, right?
BDD Hawk 9, I found him. She managed to stay safe at a safe spot. Coordinates 36 south, 147 east.
Bring our collective down.
Target in sight. Let's get ready to extract her.
Okay. Do we see a good spot to land? Yeah, literally right next to her.
BDD. We're landing.
Oh boy. I don't like this. Can I get inside here and see? Oh my gosh, dude. It is so hard to land this thing without actually being able to move your head and stuff around. Oh, that's a tree there. That's a tree, that's a tree, that's a tree, that's a tree. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Right there. Is this a hill? This looks like a bit of a sketchy hill, but we're just going to have to go for it. I don't want to leave her out here any longer than she has to be. Come on, baby. Nice and slow. I'm going to put our rotor down the hill. I would imagine that's probably the strategy that you want to use. All right. Wait.
Transferring now. Hawk 9.
Ah, let's go.
BDD. We're landing. VHBDD. Extraction ready.
Dude, let's freaking go. That was actually really good. All right. Raise our collective, get the heck out of here. Let's get her back to civilization. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Don't run into any trees on the way home, Trev. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe that just went so well. I was just going to start bragging about the, we're going to connect to the arrival airport via ATC. Just going to start bragging about once you get the collective, especially on these turbine helicopters, get it in the right spot. It's just like, if you push forward, they go forward. If you let off a little bit, they go up. If you push forward a lot, they go down. It's just like you meet this like almost flow state where you don't even have to touch the collective anymore. It's really nice. All right, we haven't skipped anything yet, so we're not going to start now.
I'm Kevin, an emergency medic. I'll be taking care of you during this flight to MT Hotham, okay? Please tell me if you're in pain or anything. I'll do my best to help.
I'm Kevin, an emergency medic, but I've got a female voice and a really manly beard. My goodness. All right, she looks good. Let's be careful here, Trev. I feel like you need to move your head so much more in helicopters, and you just obviously if you've got your hand on the cyclic and stuff, I don't have the ability to take my hand off the mouse. Maybe I'll put the mouse... That's actually not a bad idea. Maybe I start working the mouse left-handed. Or maybe we get like one of those eye trackers where I can like turn and look and stuff, because it gets a little bit sketchy here. We're going to announce our final. Going to head into runway 1. I cannot believe... Bro, the grindiness this is going to be, I actually feel like we got really lucky. I don't know if they're all going to have the smoke like that, but we're going to have to do this 9 more times to unlock hoist lifts, and that's genuinely, like, ever since I've seen the career mode trailer, that's what I was looking forward to most, one of the things, so it's going to be a tough one for sure. All right, so we need to start slowing our speed down a little bit, which means we're going to want to add some collective. Or reduce some collective so that when we pull back, we don't go too high, but you also don't want to lose too much because you can get yourself in trouble. The game kind of wants you to run along the runway, kind of like an airplane. It's going to ask us to reduce speed, so I'm going to try pulling back, reduce our speed a bit. And we're going to see if we can get I don't know how to do like a really smooth pull-in. Obviously, that's going to come with time. It's going to eventually pop a hold short for us, I hope. Don't tail strike it. There you go. There's a hold short probably behind us. Yep. All right. Flip this thing around. Not going to lie, it's pretty frustrating when it doesn't tell me where to go. I hate that they kind of... I understand helicopters need to kind of follow rules, and they usually have their own little runways and stuff, but I wish the game would tell you about where it wants you to set down. Oh gosh, helicopter's rolling here.
We're ready for takeoff.
We're fine. Let's go back up. We're gonna finish this the right way. I mean, that was my fault. I was being aggressive on the turnaround, which we didn't have to do. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should tell you, hey, we want you to go to the hold short right here, or we want you to take it back to the helipad or wherever else, and it doesn't do that, and they've got you like doing all sorts of weird stuff right at the end of the flight. So like if you just tell me that's where you want me, we can slowly bring this thing down. We can still run along your runway like you want us to, but now we have a better idea of where we're going. So we can get nice and slow, reduce our speed, make sure we don't touch down. There you go. I'm gonna guess maybe we just make it a habit to slow down early, but sometimes there's like multiple spots on either side of the runway where you could potentially put it down, so you just never really know where you're going. It's kind of like they half adopted the airline policy and half adopted the helicopter policy. I don't know, it's weird, but we should be good here. So I'm gonna swing this left, swing it right. I don't want to go over the dirt because it can penalize you for that sometimes, which again seems a little bit weird. And we're gonna set her down right there. Does that count? That doesn't count. Okay, a little further. Just squeeze a little bit more out of it. There it is. All right, skip to it. My goodness, you know, we had to rescue her twice, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and shut this thing down. We're gonna go in. We're gonna grab our rotor brake. Pull that bad boy. And it looks like we're safe. You got that whole thing on camera? Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. This is about to go so viral on YouTube. I gotta be honest, these are fun. I'm excited about these. It is a lot more fun to do this in a helicopter than it is on a plane, and I would bet we're gonna get some interesting locations. So I think I'm gonna be doing some grinding off screen, but if we get some really interesting ones, like up on Everest or something, we'll do 1 or 2 of those in the next episode, and then we'll also unlock the hoist attachment and maybe try like a shipwreck or something. 100% localization, 98% target retrieval, 100% aviator performance. That's an S-class. Your boy's getting all right with the helicopter, and all it took was a floppy stick. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see you guys in our next episode. There's a lot of grinding that needs to be done. I think we're probably going to be doing medium cargo missions next episode. We're going to have to get the... Nope, that's heavy airliner. We've got to get the medium cargo specialization, or heavy cargo, so we'll do that, and then maybe get into super heavy. And of course, we've also got to come back to rotorcraft. We've got to think about maybe buying more aircraft. I'm thinking about upgrading to the PC-12 for our cargo company, since we are making some good money, and it's a lot better than the Cessna Caravan 208B. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you all later.